This time last week, the Toronto Maple Leafs had the 31st best power play in the league. Now, invert or switch around that 1 and 3. They're
way.
They're 13th.
They have a top half power play.
They have a top half power play after this weekend. They went into this weekend on fire, actually, on the power play with 4 total power play goals. They now have 9.
They scored like 6 straight goals.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was crazy.
The power play is lethal, and everybody wants to make it about Auston Matthews not being there. Let's park that for a second.
The streak began with him.
It did. So let's park that for a second, though. Austin's out. Let's just talk about what's working on the power play, boys. Jesse, specifically, you were at the games. You saw the Hall of Fame game, and then you saw the Montreal game.
No, I wasn't there on Friday.
You were there on Friday.
No, Friday I wasn't there.
You were there on
I was there on Saturday was the Remembrance Day game. It was fucking fantastic what they did with the pregame ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch that on TV. It was beautiful.
Did they show all the centenarians they brought out?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my god.
And they're like, this guy was in the army before he was eligible, and he snuck in. He lied about his age. It was like the 3 of them. I was like, you guys are just ambitious.
Yeah.
back then.
My grandpa did that.
Same thing. Yeah, he lied about his age.
Lied about his age to fight.
Yeah.
He was
And
17.
the-
I was not doing that.
The courage to do that as a teenager, and then to successfully go through the war, and then now to be around at 100 to be celebrating Remembrance Day, like it was incredible.
It's amazing.
It brought a tear to my eye.
The way he told the story is when he went to sign up, they go, "How old are you?" He goes, 18. He goes, "Sure you are." And he just let him
They
sign
didn't
up.
care.
He just let him sign up, put him on a boat.
Yeah, they just wanted bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so they didn't have to conscript people.
Yes. That's
So
it.
let the people who want to come.
But it was like
So-
he tells it. Sorry, like it's literally like him and like 4 friends. They were hanging out and they're like, "We're gonna get. You want to just sign up?" And they just went. That was their hangout for the day. Let's go sign up for the war.
Yeah.
It's insane.
The
so
courage.
So back to the power play for a second here. So the what I wanted to go to you with, Jesse, was what, in seeing it in person, what is now working that was not?
It's definitely more fluid in the sense that they're whipping the puck around the zone.
Confidence.
They're not trying the cross crease pass that they love when Matthews is out there, and you're seeing guys not look for the perfect shot. You know, they're not trying to find anyone. They're just sending the puck to the net, getting it around the areas where they should be. And there's a certain confidence, like you said, with, hey, one of us out here can score now, and we're just going to find a way to do it.
I liked the Bruins game where they were just scoring power play goals at will. Like that's Matthew Nyes, I think, really ties the room together on that power play. I feel like the Habs game wasn't the greatest example of why the Leafs power play is working because, dude, that team
We'll get to the Habs,
is
by the way.
terrible.
They're bad.
I
They're
can't,
really bad.
I can't believe it.
As of this morning, they're last in the NHL.
Maybe I should believe it. Like they didn't make the playoffs last year. They're still rebuilding, but that was the thing I said heading into this season was they need to show steps, and they're going backward.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Doesn't
Like,
help that they're somewhat molasses at center, too. Like, they're
their forwards don't help out their D at all.
No.
At all.
No, it's bad. But the power
they're
play.
they're not being ironically, they're not being as picky about their shots.
Yeah.
They're just taking it. And I do think confidence is a huge part of it. Like we've already expressed ad nauseum. Yeah, go to the net.
Yeah.
Which they do, but there's a confidence with what they're doing now, and they should be confident in what they're doing because it's going in.
What I'm curious about is bringing the Matthews part into it is what the coaching staff has traditionally done on this team is go right back to what wasn't working because that's what the players want. And what has really come to the fore here in the last few games is the play of Mitch Marner without Auston. And people are going, wow. And I have been a proponent of breaking these guys up, as you guys know, for months and months, dating back to last year. And I think it's not because they're not great together. It's not because they haven't done crazy things together. It's because their habits together are so ingrained. Oh, we know where each other's going to be. I think specifically because that reason exists and replays exist and teams study these guys, I think that they're predictable.
Those players are smart enough that they can figure out where anyone is. If they can split all 3 of them up, I mean, that carries you through the entire regular season.
Exactly.
You come up with another plan maybe for the playoffs. The whole regular season, it's a joke. You cruise to the playoffs. If you come up with 3 lines that work, it's a joke.
And I think that's what's been great, as a Leaf fan and watching fan reactions to it, is that this guy, Mitch Marner, is like, oh wow, like he's so good on his own. He doesn't need this. And it was clear to me last year that when Auston was between Bertuzzi and Domi, that he didn't need it either. And so
that line was so good.
It was so good, and I think that's where I want to see this team go. I want to see what a power play with Bobby McMahon and Auston Matthews and someone else looks like. I want to see what Nylander and Mitch do on the first unit. I'm worried about this because the way the power play is structured right now, you got 2 bumpers, right? You've got Tavares and Nyes who are consistently in front of the net. Tavares is higher, Nyes is towards the goalie, but that's
the most good power plays.
And then you've
what?
Oh, and then the Siri interrupted the show.
Okay. Whoever did the last Apple update, you broke it. Go back. It's been horrible. Holy shit.
So I look at this and I go, okay, so Auston comes back and instantly they're going to go, well, we'll put him on the first power play unit. And I'm concerned about that because the reason that Nyes is able to be so effective in his spot and the reason that Tavares has been so effective in his spot is because of each other.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through the 4 power play goals that we saw Friday, Saturday. And if you look at them, and I want to talk about each one because they lend to Mitch and Tavares really worked and were the reason that they scored these 4 goals. One on Saturday was Willie entering the zone and he just wires a wrister.
Yeah, man, they could do stuff off the rush again.
That is completely
what happened.
That's separate from the Mitch and Tavares conversation, but it lends to like, hey, them scoring off the rush? What is this team? That's impossible. They never do that.
Scoring a variety of ways is so important to the potency of your power play because you need to prove you're dangerous in every facet.
So the one that Mitch scores, it's Willie off of the rush. Well, Mitch has the puck going into the zone, and then Willie gets it, and then Willie shoots, and it's a rebound that Mitch, because he's following the play to the net, he scores that rebound. There we go, Mitch Marner scoring the goal. The other 2 are John Tavares goals, where Mitch Marner is working the zone of the power play. He's doing his little thing where he shows off his excellent edge work, and he's just skating around doing dipsy doodles, but then he sends the puck to Tavares to the middle where he's in his position where you're talking about, Adam, and Tavares turns around suddenly and just fires it to the net. One of them goes in right away, and then the other one is his own rebound that he follows. Yep. So we have 3 of the goals that happened. 3 of the 4 are Mitch Marner creating the play. One's him going to the net for the rebound. The other one's him finding Tavares. And then Tavares capitalizes on the other 2 where he's in the middle of the ice and he's shooting and scoring. So
how much, like, that Tavares spin and fire is harder to pull off when you don't have a legitimate threat in front of the net. Nyes is that legitimate threat.
Yeah, they figured something out here.
Yes,
and we're saying, like, if the goals have a consistent factor here, which is Mitch,
which they do,
Mitch creating the plays and Tavares shooting and scoring and Willie entering the zone on the rush, like all of those things happen consistently over the weekend. I don't know how you can just go back and be like, okay, let's take all this away.